Hey, what's up, everybody? Because this video is probably going everywhere. Listen, I don't. It's all you, bro. But there's a subject that I don't know about, so I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna do a little research, and we're gonna see if, quite possibly, we can figure out what is the exact truth about this proposed IRS taxing anything over $600, muddled rumor, or whatever. We're doing research. We're going to come to a conclusion together, because I feel like when I make a video saying this is not true and here's why, you don't listen because you need sources. You don't need my opinion. So let's do the fucking sources. Shall we begin? Alrighty then. In the New York Times, we have an article here that says Democrats facing Republican barrage scale back plans for a crackdown on tax cheating. Senate Democrats on Tuesday bowing to an aggressive lobbying camp. Blah, 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 because you're here for answers and not to read a fucking article. I'm just going to skim through it and give you the summary. Okay, so they're facing scrutiny for this. The new proposal, which I have to read this part because this is the point of the whole thing. Everything else I think is just bullshit. The new proposal, which would help pay for the expansive social policy and climate change bill that includes it, narrows the scope of information that banks would have to provide to the IRS about customer accounts. Under the revised plan, which is backed by the Biden, banks would be required to provide data on accounts only with total annual deposits or withdrawals more than $10,000, rather than the $600 threshold that was initially proposed. The reporting requirement would not apply to payroll deposits for wage and salary earners or the beneficiaries of federal programs such as Social Security. Okay. Critics of the proposal have incorrectly suggested that the IRS should be tracking information about individual transactions. The administration said the IRS would not monitor specific customer transactions, but instead use the account information to spot discrepancies between what it and what individuals reported on their tax returns. Banks and their wealthy clients are outright lying, saying they would see individual transactions, and Republicans are backing them up. The Biden administration insists that audit rates for those making less than $400,000 would not go up, and that the program was focused on collecting unpaid taxes from the rich. Continue to criticize the proposal as an invasion of privacy. It is familiar ground. Blah, blah, blah. They've done this before. So that's a lot. And in other words, it's bullshit. Let's keep going. Biden admin backs down on tracking bank accounts with over $600 of annual transactions. Those who receive W-2... Okay. Controversial regulatory from Republican law, so it has a breach of privacy instead of this proposing raising the threshold. So there was a $600 thing floated, but that's annual transactions, and that's for a specific type of transaction, and not just your fucking, like, I Venmo'd somebody $20. They're taxing that, like. And any income with federal tax would like also be exempt. The IRS collected total sum of deposits and withdrawals from bank accounts with more than $10,000 of non-payroll income. Information on individual transactions would not be collected. It's just if you have $10,000 in deposits and you don't report that on your tax, it's okay. That's regular shit. Because it's literally like, oh my God, if you're making enough money to say that, then you probably already are paying taxes. Like, if you're doing weddings, you're paying taxes. Like, it's clipped, bro. All right. New tax legislation. Will I get flagged by the IRS if I receive over $600 on Cash Apps? Ah! Some confusion is swirling around about the new tax legislation that would give the IRS... You see why I don't like doing this? Can we have a quick break? Because I know you're here for the information. Can we have a quick break? You see why I don't like doing this? Because in my brain, I know for a fact when people start talking about something, it's usually wrong. And it sucks to... It's just, I know that people don't ingest information because they have shit going on in their lives. So they hear about something, they share something, and then that's it. That's okay. It's something that we got to work on, but I'm not here to drag you down for that. But like, I'm about to go through 5 more of these things. The point was made in number 1. Most people would have cut the video off by now. I'm doing this for you because I feel like if I make videos, if I make content, if I sit here and go through the nuance of it, just maybe, you might save someone from getting decked in the face. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. The IRS, the legislation is spelled out in general explanations that blah blah blah. It says requirement would apply to all business and all personal accounts for financial institutions, including bank loan and investment accounts, except accounts below $600. Okay, that was the first proposal. According to a report from Verify This, using third-party applications like Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal only applies to goods and services, not personal payments, like if someone paid you back for a dinner. Will you be sent a 1099 for using apps like Venmo or Zelle after $600 worth of money has been sent, which obviously this is old because they changed it, updated the 17th, and that was from today, so that's fine. Yes, you will likely receive a 1099 app, but that doesn't mean you owe any additional taxes. The legislation will also apply to businesses receiving cryptocurrency transactions of more than $10,000. They'd have to report them. Okay, so that's what that is about. So, lie. Okay, we read this one already. We don't need to do this again. We see you're using an ad blocker. Fuck you, but okay. Then it's going to be like, you've ran out of articles. No, you've ran out of articles. Here's why actually IRS 600 is entirely reasonable. Oh, okay. There's a... What is this from? Forbes Business? Fuck you! What the hell? Oh my god! So here's the plain and simple reality. Americans owe FICA tax on all their income up to the ceiling and are obligated to report all their income in calculating their income tax. There is no legal, moral, or ethical right to underreport just because your income came from some other source than a real job. A babysitter, an eBay reseller, someone who picks up handyman jobs on the side, all these folks have an obligation to report their income. A 2012 survey indicated that 91% of nannies reported being paid under the table. Among all household workers, another estimate of 74 and 97, depending on methodology. And of course, the under-the-table workforce extends far beyond household workers, though it gets harder to quantify when we're talking about other sorts of self-employed people not reporting their income or small employers paying under the table. Oh my fucking... that's bad. New information to track... Not have unrestricted access to bank account. That's the amount businesses have to report when they pay an independent contractor. Okay, whatever. Fact check. Claims about the IRS monitoring bank accounts over 600 exaggerates reality. InfoWars on my birthday, yay. It's just a proposal. The Treasury cannot declare any changes to law, so as a legislative power that belongs to Congress, and even if the proposal is adopted, banks will not provide access to individual transactions, just the total amount flowing in and out of account annually. The latest IRS estimates show a tax gap of $166 billion per year between the tax owed by businesses, not counting large corporations, and the tax actually paid. The document says requiring comprehensive reporting on money flowing in and out of accounts will enhance the effectiveness of IRS enforcement measures and encourage voluntary compliance. In other words, they're just trying to catch the people. That means if the total debits and credits equal at least $600, including deposited paychecks and money transferred from finance apps like Cash App or PayPal, banks would have to report those figures to the IRS. However, the banks would not report details on individual, like how the money was spent, only the total amount of money flowing in, blah, blah, unreported income, yeah. Somehow it closed. Okay, so. Case in point. Bullshit. Fact checked. Done for you. Share the video. Do the thing. Like and subscribe, I guess. Help me.